My childhood bully's sudden apology seemed fake, so I kept testing her to see when she'd crack. My fiancé Ryan was making coffee when his phone rang, and his face went white before he dropped it. They're dead. Both of them are dead. When I asked who, he just kept repeating his grandparents were gone. 3 days later, the lawyer slid a folder across his desk. They left you everything. The entire estate, $12 million, 3 properties, and investment portfolios generating $40,000 monthly. We sat there staring at him like he was speaking another language. Then 2 weeks later, a Facebook message popped up from Jade. My stomach dropped because I hadn't heard that name since 6th grade when she told everyone at Olivia's party that I wet the bed. Her message said, "I've been in therapy and need to apologize for how cruel I was to you in middle school." I showed Ryan and he said, "2 weeks after we inherit millions, your bully wants to make amends? That's not suspicious at all." He was right, but I was curious enough to write back, "Sure, let's get coffee." Jade was already waiting when I arrived and stood up saying, "Thank you for coming. I wasn't sure you would." Her hands shook as she wrapped them around her coffee cup. "I was horrible to you and there's no excuse, but I was dealing with my parents' divorce by taking it out on you and I'm so sorry." I waited for her to mention money, but she just kept apologizing until I finally said, "So what do you really want?" She looked confused. "Nothing, just to apologize. Maybe to try to be friends again, if you're up for that." That made no sense, so I decided to test her. When she texted asking to hang out, I said, "I need help planning my bachelorette." I wanted to see just how extravagant she would want my party to be. A big fancy hotel, maybe hitting the casinos. She immediately responded, "I know this great brewery that does tours for $30 a person, or we could do game night at someone's house." Never once did she suggest Vegas. Later we went to dinner at this nice seafood restaurant and she studied the menu forever before ordering just salmon with water. When the check came, she grabbed it saying, "I calculated it, I owe $27.50 with tip," then handed me exact change. When she offered wedding help, she called me excited. I found this wholesale flower place that's a third of the cost of regular florists. Despite the thriftiness of her suggestions, every single thing she said made me more convinced this was an act. For months, she'd text funny wedding memes, show up with homemade cookies, ask about my mom's surgery, and never once mention the beach house or money. One day, while stuffing invitations, she said, "I'm really glad we're becoming friends. I know I don't deserve it." I wanted to scream, "Just tell me what you want," but instead I said, "Yeah, me too," even though I didn't mean it. When I got colder, she'd text, "Did I do something wrong?" with real concern. I'd blame wedding stress, and she'd offer space, but still check in with supportive messages. My mom met her and said, "She seems lovely." I shot back, "She made me eat lunch in the bathroom for a year." Mom shrugged. "People change." I said, "Not that much." At the shower planning, Jade mentioned, "I have something special for you. My grandmother left it to me." I'm so excited. I thought finally, here comes the ask for money. At my bridal shower with 30 women crammed into Mom's living room, Jade handed me a small box with trembling hands. "This is important to me." Inside were cream-colored pearls that looked ancient. Jade stood up, voice cracking. "Those were my great-grandmother's wedding pearls from 1923, then my grandmother's in 1951, promised to me for my wedding, but I want you to have them." Everyone stared as she continued. "The truth is, I've wanted to die every day since 6th grade knowing what I did to you, and these pearls are the only thing I have worth giving that might show you I mean it when I say I'm sorry." Her voice broke completely on the last word. I was holding irreplaceable family history and started crying because Jade didn't know about the money. She'd never known, and I'd spent months treating her like a criminal. Through sobs, I managed, "You really don't know about the inheritance?" She looked confused. "What inheritance?" I could barely speak. "Ryan's grandparents left us $12 million 2 weeks before you messaged me." Her face went white. "Oh my God, you thought I was after your money." She started laughing, but it was about to turn into crying. She sat next to me. "I saw your engagement announcement, and my therapist had been pushing me to make amends." She wiped her eyes between fits of laughter. "I couldn't even afford a wedding gift, so I gave you my grandmother's pearls." "What kind of long con is that?" "My mom brought us tissues to keep us from destroying our outfits with the mascara running down our cheeks, and I tried to give Jade the pearls back, but she pushed them away as she laughed so hard she couldn't breathe."